Morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us for our Tuesday Instagram class. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Today we are going to be using two long sticks and a single stick. We'll be bouncing back and forth between single and double. So just make sure you have two sticks available. Grab whatever you have, wooden dowels, PVC pipes. It doesn't matter. Just make sure you have them. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start by warming up those feet because we know we love to get those feet activated first thing in the morning. So let's take a horse stance, wide base with the feet. Remember, from there we're going to drop our hips down just a couple inches towards the floor so we have our torso stacked above our hips. We're going to place that stick at 12 o'clock position with the bottom of the stick slightly angled towards us. Let's stack those hands about chest level. And from here, we're going to push the stick into the floor at about 40% of your max effort. You're going to feel the lats engage, scap should pull down towards your back pocket. Do not change the level of your head, just slowly elevate your heels up so that your toes are in extension. And now slowly let the heels drop down towards the floor. Let's bring it back up. This second rep, now that you're at the top, focus on where your weight is on your feet. Is it centered? Are you in a lot on your big toe? Are you rolling out to the little toe? Try to keep the weight centered in the middle of the foot and then down slow. Let's go again. Back up. And then down slow, working that deceleration phase. Don't break those eggshells. Imagine there's eggshells on the floor underneath your heels and you don't want to break them. Back up. Down slow. And one more. Back up. And now from here, let's really test those toes out. Wake those feet up. Hover that stick. Just warm. And let's get those hips warmed up. We're going to write the alphabet this morning. So when we do that, the movement comes from here, not at the knee and not at the ankle joint. So we're going to move slow with good intention. We're going to focus on the movement. If we're writing the alphabet with the right leg, we want the left leg to stay nice and still. So as I'm moving the right leg around, we shouldn't see a lot of bouncing or moving on that static leg. Lock that into the floor and keep your torso still. Alrighty? So let's set your feet together. Sticks at 11 o'clock and 1 o'clock with the bottom of the stick slightly angled towards you and your hands are chest level. Let's drive those sticks into the floor at about 50% max effort. And now extend your right foot out. So the ankle is extended. The toes are the tip of your pencil or your pen. Now nice and slowly write the letter A, capital letter, B. You should feel those hips working. C, D. If you have to write down lower, then that's perfectly fine. Don't bring your leg up so high if you're having issues with that static leg. Let's write the letter E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, and we'll stop at M. Nice. So you should have felt a lot of tissue through the front, in through the hip, but you should have felt that left glute working really hard to maintain that hip extension. Now let's go ahead and switch sides. Ready? 50% perceived exertion. Push those sticks into the floor. Extend that left leg out. Ready? Here we go. Now you got to write these letters backwards since we're on the opposite leg. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, and M. Nice. That should have woke those hips right up. All right. Now let's get that spine moving. Let's set your feet nice and wide. Place those sticks in against the insteps. Hands just about eyeball level. Let's push those sticks into the floor at about 40% perceived exertion. Let's go ahead and sink into your hinge. Pushing the hips backwards, driving the glutes back. Don't shift your torso, don't shift your body weight through your hips. Keep that centered. Move the sticks to your left. Dropping that right shoulder down towards the floor so that your chin should be resting right above your right shoulder. Now let's move to the opposite side. Dropping that left shoulder down, pulling the sticks off to the right, and now your chin should be resting right on top or above your left shoulder. Moving the sticks to the left again. Now to the right. One more on each side. Left. Right. Excellent. Come back up. Now we're going to shift the hips. So we'll get that side to side movement. Okay, same position. Sticks in against the insteps. Hands about eyeball level. Push the sticks into the floor about 50% tension. Go into your hinge. Now we're going to move the sticks to the left and shift your hips to the right. Now let's go the opposite direction. Move the sticks to the right, shift your weight to the left. Switch, move the sticks to the left, shift your hips to the right. Switch again, moving the sticks right, shifting your hips to the left. One more in each direction. Hips to the right, sticks to the left, and one more back the other way. Sticks to the right, hips to the left. For nice, easy breathing, come back to center and relax. Nice. Okay, let's go ahead and put one stick down for right now. Okay. Now we're going to open up the ribs, open up the shoulders and chest a little bit. So what we're going to do here, let's take a split stance. We're going to go left foot back, okay? Make sure when you step that foot back that you're not crossing your midline. You're going to have a lot less stability. So make sure you just set that foot back about shoulder width or hip width apart. Arms are extended. You can see that my elbows are straight and the stick is right about sternum level and parallel with the ground. From here, let's keep the hips square. So that means keep them facing 12 o'clock. And you're going to look straight ahead at 12 o'clock also, so don't turn the head. Now take the stick and move the stick to the right. So you're going to feel that thoracic rotation to the right. Take that left hand and gently push back on the stick. And as you push back on the stick with the left, you should feel the right hand reflexively push back also. So you're shortening the stick on that right side. And now from here, tilt. So flex and lean your left shoulder down towards 9 o'clock. You're going to start to feel the ribs expand on that right side. Come back to center. Okay, now we're going to go to the opposite open hip side. This might be a little bit harder to control, so make sure you stay in that split stance, all right? Once again, move the stick to the left. Keep your hips square, head square. Taking that right hand, gently pushing back, and you should feel that left hand reflexively push back also. So you're shortening that stick, and now tilt or lean and drop that right shoulder down towards 9 o'clock. And now you're going to feel that left side opening up. Come back to center. Excellent. When you lean, let me show you real quick here. When you're tilting, make sure you're not flexing. So the stick should stay parallel to the floor. Okay, so that's one of the things that we're looking for. Let's switch sides. Split that right foot back. Ready? Here we go. We're going to move the stick to the left first. And now with that right hand, gently push back. And now tilt or lean, drop that right shoulder down towards your 3 o'clock, towards the floor. Come back up. And now to the other side. Rotating the stick to the right, pushing back with the left hand, and now drop that left shoulder down. Tilt to your 9 o'clock, open up your right side. Come back and relax. Some of you may have felt a little bit of work down low to maintain that frontal plane. So if you found that really challenging, don't tilt as far, okay? Because we don't want you to fall over. Let's repeat that again. Okay, let's go left foot back, head up, ready? Move the stick to the right. Pushing back lightly with that left hand, and now tilt. Come back up. Let's move the stick to the left. And now tilt. Open up that left side. Come back up. Excellent. Switch legs. Okay, right foot is back. Ready? Here we go. Move the stick to the left. Pushing back with that right hand. And now tilt. Come back up. Move the stick to your right. Pushing back with that left hand. And now tilt. Lower, flex that left side tissue. Drop your left shoulder down towards your 9 o'clock position. Opening up the right side. And now come back up. Nicely done. Okay. Let's grab both sticks again. Let's get a little bit of hanging in. And then we'll get into some strength training phase, all right? Okay, let's bring the feet together. Sticks right at about 3 and 9 o'clock, but we're going to move them up so that they're in line with the toes. Let's reach up, rope grip, step back with the left foot, and now just drop. So we have that monkey hang going on, and now push the sticks into the floor at about 50% max effort. You should feel those lats engaging, scapula driving down. Rotate to the right, rotate left. Make sure you're keeping weight on the arms. Rotate right, rotate left. Back to center, and now let's switch legs. This time, let's go rope grip. So we're going to put just the fingertips on top. Let's wake those fingers up. Step back with the right foot. So let's just put the fingers on top and drop. And now at about 40 to 50% tension, push the sticks down into the floor. Feel those lats engage, scaps pulling down, and rotate left. Rotate right. Left, right, back to center, and relax. Nicely done. Okay, let's get some adduction with internal and external rotation. Feet together, sticks at 11 and 1, hands just about chest level or shoulder level. Let's drive those sticks into the floor, about 50 to 60% tension. Let's bring that right hip up into flexion, and now let's abduct out. So when we push out, make sure your upper and lower leg bones are stacked on top of each other. We don't want to see the knee caving in or going out too far. We're about to do that in just a second. Lightly push the foot into the stick, so you should feel a little bit of flex in the stick, and slide up. So we're just pushing the foot into the stick at about 30% tension right now. Slide back down. When you feel the grip hit the bottom of the foot, then slide back up. Slide down. Slide up. slide down. Now let's move the foot to the outside and pull in. So we adduct in, slide up, slide down, slide up, slide down. One more, slide up. So you should be feeling all your medial tissues, and slide down. Or your inner thigh when you're pulling in. You should be feeling lateral tissues when you're driving out. Let's switch sides. Ready? Here we go. About 50-60% tension into the floor with the sticks. Bring your left hip up into low flexion. Abduct out. About 30% tension. Push the foot into the stick and slide up. Down. Up. Down. Up. Down. Move the foot to the outside. Pull in. Slide up. Slide down. Keep that right leg nice and still. Slide up. Slide down. One more. Slide up. And slide down. Now let's really crank it up a notch. So that was just to prep the tissues a little bit. Now we're going to push the foot into the stick at the matching intensity that we're using on the hands. Ready? Here we go. Give me 60% tension, driving those sticks into the floor. Bring your right hip up into low flexion. Push out against the stick. Match that intensity, about 60%, and slide up. Maintain that intensity as you externally rotate. Push the knee away from this from your midline. Now drive in, internal rotation. Push out, external. Pull in, internal. One more. External. Internal. Back to center and relax. You should have really felt that left glute working really hard as you were driving out even harder on the stick with your elevated hip. Okay, let's switch sides. We'll go back to the adduction in just a second. Let's give that leg a little bit of rest. Ready? Here we go. 60% tension. Push. Bring your left hip up into low flexion. Abduct out and drive. Match that 60%. Slide up. Externally rotate. Internally rotate. Pull that knee in. Drive that knee out. Pull in. Pushing that foot hard against that stick. Out. External. In. Internal. Back to center. And relax. Now let's go to the other side and do the adduction in. Ready? Here we go. Push. Drive. 60%. Bring that right hip up. Bring your foot to the outside and pull in. About 60%. Slide up and externally rotate. Internally rotate. Try to pull that stick in with that foot. Externally rotate. Internally rotate. You should really be able to see that flex in the stick. Internally rotate. Back to center and relax. Let's switch sides. Ready? Here we go. Push, drive. Bring that left hip up into flexion. Bring the foot to the outside and pull in. Slide up. Externally rotate. Internally rotate. External. Internal. External. Internal. Back to center and relax. Woo! That'll get you going up. You waking up, right thing, first thing. Okay, now let's do some single leg work. All right? Feet together, sticks at 11 and 1. Let's bring those hands down about sternum level. Push those sticks into the floor, about 50-60% tension. Bring that right hip up into maximal flexion and hinge. Reach, lengthen. Breathe. You should have a soft angle on that left knee. Flex that back ankle so you're driving the heel, not the toes. Your right leg should be nice and straight. So some people will flex the knee. We want that knee to be straight, driving that tension back. So you feel that added tension into the ground with that left foot. Come back up. And let's repeat again. Ready? Hinge. Breathe. Nice. Come back up. And one last rep. We're going to do some stick covers on this one, so get ready. Ready? Here we go. Hinge. Breathe. Create your lines of tension. Here we go. Let's lift both sticks. Just 1 inch off the floor. Hold that position. Breathe. Both sticks down. Drive back up. And relax. Let's go ahead and switch legs, all right? Okay. You should have felt that left glute working pretty hard. Now we're going to get that right glute working pretty hard. Here we go. 50-60% tension into the floor with the sticks. Push. Left hip up into flexion and hinge. Remember what we talked about. Soft angle at the right knee. Driving that left heel back. Don't have that flexion in that back knee. Really extend that back knee. Drive that heel back. Come up. Rep number 2. Here we go. Ready? Hinge. Lengthen everything. Push. Breathe. Drive back up. Pushing that foot into the floor. That right foot drives you back up. Ready? One more. Hinge. Create your lines of tension. Breathe. Now we're going to hover those sticks. Lift both sticks. Just 1 inch off the floor. That's all you need. You're going to feel that right leg working hard. Keep that tension in that back leg. Both sticks down. Drive back up. Awesome. Let's put one stick down. And now we're going to work the chest. We're going to do a quadruped or a crawl pattern position. And we're going to do a single arm push up with the chest fly. If you have a shorter stick, grab a shorter stick. It'll work a little bit easier for you. But I'll demo with the long stick if that's all you have. All right? So let's go hands and knees. So let's go left hand on the floor. The right hand is going to be off at 3 o'clock. Spread your fingers apart on that left hand. Don't have a close grip here. Spread those fingers apart to help distribute your weight across the hand evenly. Grab the floor with your fingers so you feel the arch of the palm form, all right? Corkscrew the crook of that left elbow forward so you feel that left lat engage. Your right hand is just above head level and the stick is at 3 o'clock. From here, let's hover those knees 1 inch off the floor. For some people right here, that may be enough stimulus. If it is, stay there. When you lift those knees off the floor, you felt this anterior arm line all the way across kick in. So for some people, that may be all you need. All right? Okay, ready? Hover. And now slowly drop down into that push-up. And hold. Breathe. And now push yourself away. Okay, ready? And again. Drop down. Hold. Breathe. Don't let those knees touch the floor. And push up. And relax. That was fun, huh? Let's switch sides. Stick is at 9 o'clock. Right hand is underneath you. Right left hand is just about eyeball level, or top of the head level, I should say. Okay, ready? Spread those fingers apart on that right hand. Grab the ground with your fingers so you're making the arch of that palm. Corkscrew the crook of the elbow forward so you feel that right lat engage a little bit more. Ready? Hover. And now push up. Hold. And now push yourself back up. Okay, ready? One more. Hover. and push up, and relax. Take a rest. Woo. Let's switch back to the other side. Repeat that again. When you have this quadruped position, it actually prevents your hips from rotating. So it's a really good position, especially when you're trying to work on that single arm, all right? So it'll keep those hips locked in. Left side down, stick is in the right hand. Okay, grab the ground with your left fingers. Corkscrew the left elbow forward, the crook of the left elbow forward. Hover the knees. Ready? Push up. And then push yourself away. One more rep. Ready? Down. And push up. And relax. Let's switch sides. Ready? Grab the ground with your right fingers. Left hand is at 9 o'clock. Corkscrew the crook of that right elbow forward. Hover the knees. Drop. Push yourself away. One more. Ready? Drop. And push yourself away. Awesome. Whew. Okay. Now, let's go back to 2 sticks. And let's open up this anterior phase. Okay? Let's go into that human sail. Set your feet nice and wide. Hands are just about top of the head level. Sticks are inside against the insteps. Push those sticks into the floor at about 30% tension. Squeeze the glutes, tuck the pelvis, and slowly melt backwards. Push that pelvis forward. Breathe. Come back up. Okay, ready? Again, push the sticks down about 30%. Tuck the pelvis. Keep those glutes engaged. Let the head go back. Come back up. One more. Ready? Here we go. Push. Squeeze the glutes. Keep that pelvis tucked. And now here, extend your wrists. So pull your wrist back so that the top of the wrist is pulling back to the top of the forearm. Come back up and relax. As you extended that wrist, you should have felt that pull all the way through the anterior arm line into the chest a little bit more. So moving that wrist will influence that pull along the arm line, posteriorly and anteriorly. All right? Okay, now let's go into that rotational monkey hang. Set your feet nice and wide. Place the sticks against the insteps and drop. We have a rope grip here. Breathe. And now at about 30% tension, push the sticks down into the floor. As we push the sticks into the floor, turn to the right. Keep your hips centered though, so we're not shifting weight right now. Look to the right, and now move to the left. Look to the left. Back to the right. Back to the left. Back to center. And relax. Keeping the sticks there against the instep will prevent from those sliding around, so that way you can stay in that rotating position. Take a few seconds. Let's put one stick down. Okay? And now we're going to work some rotational pattern, and we're going to work the shoulder also. All right? So let's take a split stance. Let's go right leg back, and then move it off to the side a little bit. So if you think about it, it's about a 45-degree angle. If I put my right big toe next to my left heel and step back and off to the side at about a 45-degree angle. Place the stick underneath the left adductor hamstring area, okay? Reach over the top with the left hand and reach up toward the top of the stick. Take that right hand, thread it between the stick and the body, and keep reaching all the way through. Breathe. Rotate, reach towards the 9. So your right hand should be trying to reach out to 9 o'clock. Come back. Okay, ready? Let's repeat that again. Right hand, everybody wave it. Go in between the stick and your body, thread through. You should be feeling ribs, shoulder on this left side. You're actively reaching with that right hand, and now reach to that 9 o'clock. Come back to center and relax. Let's switch sides. May have felt a lot of work through the feet also to make sure that you stay upright. So don't over rotate if you're having problems with your foot stability. So decrease your range of motion. All right. Okay. Same thing here. Opposite side. Place the left toes right at the right heel, and then step back and off to the side at about a 45-degree angle. Take that stick, place it underneath the right adductor, right hamstring. Right hand, reach over the top, grab towards the top of the stick. That left hand, everybody wave, place it between the stick and the body. Actively reaching. So right now I'm reaching towards about 1 o'clock, and I'm going to reach to 3. Breathe. Come back to center. Whew. And one side won't move as smoothly as the other. Okay, ready? Here we go. Thread between. So the stick should be on the back side of your left shoulder blade. Reaching for that 1. And now reach over to the 3. Breathe. Come back to center. And relax. Nicely done. Excellent. Okay. Let's get into a little bit of ninja flow. Ready? Set your feet nice and wide. Place that stick against the right instep. Hand is just about top of the head level or a little above. That right arm is at 3 o'clock. Keep it at 3 o'clock. Push the stick into the floor, about 30% tension. Feel your right lateral tissues, and now hinge. Sinking your hips straight back. Reach that left hand down towards the floor, directly below you. So you're reaching right at 12 o'clock. Now, reach across without shifting your weight and grab the stick with a thumbs down grip. And now lunge laterally to your left leg. Sink into that left hip. Look up at the ceiling. And now lunge laterally to your right leg. Sink into that right hip. Feel that lengthening through the right arm line. Look back at your left foot. Breathe. And again, lunge to your left leg. Sink into that left hip. Breathe. Lunge to your right leg. Sink into that right hip a little bit farther this time. Look back at your left foot. Come back to center and come back up. Let's switch sides. Stick is against the left instep. Left hand is at 9 o'clock. Keep the hand just above top of the head level. Push the stick into the floor about 30% tension. We're reaching for the floor with that right hand directly below us. Breathe. Without shifting weight, reach across and grab the stick with the thumbs down grip. And now lunge to your right leg. Look up at your left hand. Breathe. Nice and easy. Sink into that right hip. Now lunge to your left leg. Sink into that left hip. Look back at your right foot. Sink back to your right hip. Try to sink into it a little bit further this time. Just a little bit. Now sink to your left hip. Back to center. And come on up. Whew. Okay, let's get some lateral bow and arrows in. We're going to do some flossing today on today's edition, all right? So let's start with the feet about shoulder width apart. Place that stick at 3 o'clock. Grabbing with the right hand just about above where the sticker is or where your elbow's at about 90 degrees. Reach over the top with that left hand. Keep your hips square. Push your hips out first. Drive the stick away second. Let your head tilt. Leg stays straight. Nice, easy breathing. Open up that whole left side. Ease off. Rotate the stick slightly so we keep balancing the stick. Ready? Push the hip out to 9 o'clock first. Drive the stick away to 3 o'clock second. Top arm is lengthening. You have active push on that right arm, reflexive pull on the left. Come back. Rotate the stick slightly again. And now let's add that flossing in. Ready? Here we go. Push your hip out to 9 first. Drive the stick away second. Now, do not move the stick. Turn your hips to the left. Turn your hips to the right. Keep pushing your hips out to the side though. Turn your hips left. You can turn your head also, but don't move the stick. Turn your hips right. Turn your hips left. Turn your hips right. Back to center. Ease off. Now, let's floss the shoulders. All right? Rotate the stick slightly again. Here we go. Push your hip out to 9 o'clock first. Push the stick out to 3. Now, don't move the hips or the legs. Push the stick forward. And now pull the stick back behind you. Forward. Back. When you pull the sticks back, keep your ribs down though, so don't let the ribs flare. So we don't see any of that. Okay? Forward and back. Back to center. and relax. Okay, let's hit the other side. Stick is at 9 o'clock. Left hand is right above the sticker, or left elbow is at 90 degrees. Reach over the top with the right hand. Push your hips out first to 3. Drive the stick away second to 9 o'clock. And breathe. Let your head tilt. Ease off. Rotate the stick slightly. And again, push your hip out to 3 o'clock. Drive the arms out to 9. Breathe. Ease off. Rotate the stick slightly again. Ready? Here we go. Push the hip out to 3. Drive the stick out to 9. And now, don't move the stick. Open up your hips. Turn your hips to the right. Turn your hips left. Right. Left. Right. Left. Come back. Rotate the stick slightly, and then we'll finish flossing the shoulders. Ready? Here we go. Push your hips out to 3. Drive the stick away to 9. Keep your hips and legs still. Push the stick forward and pull the stick behind you. Control the ribs though, so don't let those ribs flare. Push the stick forward. Pull the stick back. Forward and back. Excellent. Whew. Nicely done. Thanks again for joining us. Next Tuesday, we will have a new coach. George Corso will be joining you. He'll be here for the rest of the month and into December. And then Kelly Manzone will be taking over in January, and they'll be flip-flopping months. So you'll see George one month, Kelly Manzone the next. As always, check out all the workouts, all the content on our YouTube channel. We got some new podcasts coming out every week. And so until next time, everybody out there, be good to each other.